We almost did not have a show. So as my brothers Juan and Adi know, I like to dabble and partake a little bit in the marijuanas. A little bit, just a little bit, right? I've been somewhat of um, a weed connoisseur, right? Throughout my life, so close to 20 years, right? Started smoking in '03. Yeah, 21 years. I have been, lighting up the good ganja. But as I mentioned, my house is airborne, epicenter for every airborne disease. So we've been sick, a lot of respiratory illnesses, coughing a lot. My wife had pneumonia. I've got a nasty cough that I'm taking some medicine for right now. And so the weed makes, you smoke a joint, you smoke a blunt, shit makes it, it irritates, it makes it worse. You get the cough. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna smoke. I'm not gonna smoke. So I stopped smoking. I haven't smoked in a couple of weeks. But I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna focus on edibles. Focus on edibles. I'm gonna get a nice little high going. Cool. Right? I'm like, I smoke. I smoke. Been smoking for 20 years. I'm a seasoned pot connoisseur. This is fine. So I go to the store. I pull up to the Zaza store in the Bronx. Shout out to the Zaza store in the Bronx. So I pull up. I'm like, hey, big dog, let me get, let me get a sativa edible. And so the lady goes, well, how strong do you want it? I said, mid, not too strong, not too light, something in the middle area, right? So she pulls out like three different options, right? One was a 50 milligram. Get that shit the fuck out of here, 50 milligrams. Get that shit out of here, right? She had another one that was a 500 milligram, a 100. So I settled on the 200. But the reason why I settled on the 200 because I've had I've taken the ones that are 100 milligrams, and I usually pop two, and I'm good. You know what I mean? Get a nice little buzz, knock out, everything is great. So boom, I get the two. So it's Friday night. We going through our bedtime routine, right? Dante takes his bath early because he's sick, so he's in bed. He's in bed chilling, right? So Nancy goes, my wife Nancy goes, she takes a shower. I got Dante and Sabrina, my two youngest, here in the sunroom where I pot out of. And so I was like, you know what? Sabrina's about to go take a bath in 20 minutes. Now's a good time to pop the edible because by the time, Sabrina and Mikey are done with their bath, everybody's asleep. I can just kind of enjoy my little buzz until it's time for me to take a shower and go to bed. You know what I mean? I gotta fuck up some munchies, right? Like, have, and all my parents out there feel me, right? When the family goes to sleep, right? Like right now, this is kind of like our time, right? So I take my edible, right? So I take it, boom, good. I go and so I go to the sunroom. I'm playing, I'm chilling, right? So first 45 minutes go by. I don't feel nothing, but all right, cool. I'm awake. We get about an hour in, right? We get about an hour in, and I have probably best high of my life. I'm like, I feel great. I'm baked. I'm stoned. Me and Sabrina are over here playing a game of basketball with like her bins. So like we set up bins, and she's got all the balls, and so I'm coming up with all these different trick shots that we're doing. I mean, we are having a ball. Like I'm fully engaged in the moment. Like I'm like, man, this is great. I love it. If I could just bottle this right here, this is awesome. The problem is that shit didn't stop there. Kept going. And so every 15 to 20 minutes, the shit just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. And so I start like to the point like I start hearing voices and shit. Right. So Nancy comes, she gets Sabrina. Sabrina goes take the bath. So now it's just me and the baby. Right now it's just me and Mikey. And now I'm like starting to go through it. Like I'm like, oh shit! Like, and I gotta feed him his last bottle and then get him undressed so he can take his bath. I'm starting to go right. So he's playing with a rattle, right? So like when babies have the little rattles, sometimes when they get a little excited, they take the rattle and it goes bang right in his head. He smacks himself in the head with the toy. Babies do that all the time, a million times. But this time I'm off this edible and I am like now I'm in the outer, like I'm way past the outer planets of the outer space. I start flipping out. I'm like, holy shit. He's gonna have a bump on his head. This is crazy. Nancy's gonna take the babies from me. I'm going nuts. Like I think he's like I think I just ruined his life. I get an ice pack. Mind you, it's a fucking little rattle that he hit his head with. Like I could get an ice pack, put the ice pack on him. Right. So whenever Nancy comes out, we give the baby a bath. And I'm like, yo, I'm out of it. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna get away from everybody. I go to the basement. I got a bed in the basement. I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna curl out. I'm gonna sleep this shit off. I couldn't sleep, y'all. Every 20 minutes, I would fall asleep and I would wake myself up gasping for air because my body was forgetting to breathe. So I'm like, holy shit. So now I go to the shower. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna take a shower. So now the water's running. I'm in the shower. And I'm like, all right, I'm cool. And as the water's going, I'm starting to have a hard time breathing. So now in my head, I'm having a heart attack. I'm having a stroke, right? And so in my head, I'm like, oh shit, I'm having a heart attack. And so once I say that, now I start feeling all types of pain on my left side. Like I'm numb. I can't speak. Yeah, I thought I was gonna die. Like I was literally about to call 911 to have the ambulance come, but I had my babies in the next room, so I did not want to have a big ass commotion here, and I did not want to die in the shower and have my kid come in and find me dead in the shower. Like that was going through my mind, yo, and that just different versions of that going on until I pass out and I wake up like around 5 a.m, just on the couch in the living room, just like holy shit, room still spinning. I didn't know what was going on, bro. And then I was still high for the whole next day. Like I didn't come down to about 24 hours after I took the edible. I'm not playing. And then like I was depressed the next day. Like I was just like the chemicals in my body were just like getting themselves like back. Never again. I don't know what the hell was in that fucking gummy that I had, that little fucking edible, but never again. I thought my heart was pounding out of my chest. I thought like legit, I thought I was gonna die. I was like,
you should have stuck.
I was trying to find a spot to die.
You should have stuck with the 50 milligrams, man.
I should have stuck with the 50 milligrams, bro. I should have had the 50, bro. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chat, what up? Chat, what up? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Don't make that red. We love to see you here, but I'm happy to be here, man. That was a near-death experience, yo. And
it's You're gonna try again? You're gonna try it again?
Not for a long ass time, yo. I had a whole bag of edibles. I threw that shit out. I was like, I am not fucking with it, yo. Shout out, numbers is going up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But I said, I'm never trying that shit again, bro. I am not doing that because I couldn't control it. Like I legit thought I was gonna die. And the only reason why I knew I wasn't having a stroke is because I was talking to myself, like in my brain, I was like talking to myself, like, are you having a stroke? What's going on? Is this a sign of stroke? And I was like, well, if you're having a stroke, your brain wouldn't be working, so you wouldn't be able to be having this conversation. So you're just having a really bad trip. But it felt like an acid trip. Like, if you know what I mean? Like I've never done shrooms or acid or LSD, but like I've heard like when you take a bad trip like that, like that's what it felt like. It's a really bad trip. So, oof. Never again.
That's why I hit the bottles, man.
Never again. So I'm happy to be here. Happy. I didn't think I was gonna pod ever again. I didn't think I was gonna pod ever again, y'all. So I'm happy to be alive. But all right, man. So that is my story. So Juan has called us out for being terrible friends and even worse Yankee fans. Adi and I both flaked on free Yankees tickets. We spoke a little bit about my near-death experience. So how about we get to the actual topics of the show and why some of y'all pulled up here.